Can you describe the typical meals provided by the school cafeteria or the egg?
The typical meals is that each dish has like a component, like a protein, a starch, and a vegetable, and sometimes like another accompaniment. And that's very typical across all the stations.
The schools at the cafeteria not only are bland and lack the nutritional value needed to support a sustainable diet for people, but they also are very replicant of the Cheesecake Factory. High carbo, high carbo portions.
I don't eat a lot at the egg because it's bad.
Inconsistent, I had to say, depending on the block too. Usually, I just stay clear of the egg.
What are the primary sources of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins in the meals served at the egg?
Typical carbohydrate is usually like a bread or some sort of like grain, like rice, stuff like that.
A lot of the carbs are either coming from rice, bread, or potatoes, as to be expected, um, or pasta. I mean, there is the pasta station, but that's obviously given. Um, they just use a lot of fillers like rice or potatoes, or something like a bread, like the oversized loaf loaves they put sandwiches on.
It varies, but usually heavily fried pork and chicken, and either underdone or overdone.
And carbohydrates and fats?
Usually in the form of just like dairies and cheese, usually from the pasta or pizza station.
Um, Normally it's potato, like fried or something like that, or it is rice. Protein, protein. There's really not a lot of options like for it. Like they will give. I think roast will do like a steak like once a month, and then it's sold out because and no one wants to go because the line's like all the way to Innovation Kitchen.
For me, because I'm vegetarian, it's mainly like pasta, dairies, and for proteins, it's like chickpeas. Sometimes they'll do jackfruit. Occasionally, they have tofu.
Are there options available for students who prefer or require a high protein or a healthier diet?
I personally don't think so because there's a lot of like fat forward foods that are being served or what I would consider not nutritional or like nutritious. There's lots of like big sandwiches that are just like deep fried items, or protein is not like something that's easily readily there because if you need more protein, like for people that are looking for healthy foods, you'll have to like pay more.
No, because if you go to the egg and you ask for a little extra protein and say, "Hey, I'm on a high protein diet, like is there any way I can get more?" They will look at you and literally like give you the nastiest look, like you just asked for their firstborn child.
Nothing consistent, no.
Um, like you kind of have to like no, not really.
No.
Consistent, no.
Does the school provide us with a balanced diet?
I wouldn't say that.
No, God no.
Occasionally, depending on where you go to get your food, but most stations, like at the egg, not really.
What steps, if any, does the school take to promote a balanced diet among students?
They pretend they're making new stations that promote healthier options, but they're actually not, and it's bad.
There really isn't any steps made, and if anything, it's been removed with the lack of build your own burgers and chicken sandwiches.
Students.
Cook at your townhouse. Yeah.
They think the only steps that the school takes is the nutrition class that we're required to take, where we can learn about what a balanced diet is. But I don't think that the kitchens themselves take the initiative to make a balanced diet for students.